Guys connect, intellect, intersect. Brothers on the rise, no lies, just respect. Health, wealth, religion, truth, gotta inspect. Mindful exchange on deck, we perfect.
So how does one get into the Light Leadership Academy?
So really, what we do is, I have a registration form on all the flyers. So it's a free registration form. And really, it's just so I have your name and email address and things so I can send you the information. Or you can show up to the church on Tuesday nights. Right now, we probably have one more session before the holidays.
Real quick,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know what the church is.
Okay.
So can you just be specific and say 300 Lake Street?
Yep, I got you. So it's at City of Light Church, 300 Lake Street. It's on the corner of Church Street and Lake Street. But we're there every night, every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock till about 7:30. But yeah, right now it's kind of winding down and we're gearing up for a January session to start. But with the holidays, there's probably one session now, but really just throw your hat in the ring and then we meet up, and then it's every Tuesday throughout the school year. We've been meeting all school year so far. You know what I mean? So
if people are interested, right, and they want to come to the meeting, kind of give them a outlook on what a typical, not specifics, but an overall view of what those Tuesdays look like.
So I'll tell you the vision of it, and then I'll answer your question. So the idea of it, what I seen. So what we wanted to do was give them, like what Sadie talked about, some interpersonal development, leadership development, right? So we always start with some type of concept. One thing that we do is like the being comfortable talking to strangers. So we'll do some type of activity where you're talking to new kids, right, that you never knew before, or decision making, or managing emotions, or prioritizing the whole self was the last one that we did. So we usually start off with that, and then the rest of it is almost like, if you've ever been to the Department of Labor, the Career Center, the rest of it's like that. Pull out laptops, and then whatever you're working on, and then we have a whole team that's working individually with each one. So we're either working on your application, some might be working on scholarships, some might be working on their FAFSA, and we're all there to kind of do that. So the session's kind of broken in half. Some of our underclassmen might even split and go to another room with some other leaders to go further into it, like how to prep for interviews. Some were doing job applications with some of them, right? And our boy got a job at Target. So,
and that's a lost art in today's society. I think, like I spoke earlier, I run the mentoring program at the middle school, and a lot of my kids are 14. And that's one thing that I remember growing up. For me, my dad was preparing me to get a job. And I think a lot of these kids, not so much these two young ladies, but a lot of kids, that's a lost art of understanding the art form of how you can sell yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's really all a job interview is being able to get to sell yourself and tell somebody why you would be an asset to their team.
Yeah, absolutely. And underneath that is doing the homework. So the great thing about these two young ladies is they typically, they're okay doing the homework, right? So it's like, hey, you need to go home and talk to your mom about X, Y, and Z. Then when we meet next week, go talk to your counselor. You need a letter for this. That part's missing too from some individuals, right?
What do you think the most challenging thing has been working with that age demographic so far?
It's I guess the dream to dream bigger than what they can see.
Wow.
That it is possible to reach your wildest dreams. So that's, it's kind of general. But yeah, just the normal difficulties are what's expected from someone that's a teenager, right? But the overall thing from our city in a community is that ability to dream past what they can see. And that's what I hope to show, that Katrina can go to LSU and kill it, right? Sadie's going to be a doctor of pathology. Mm-hmm. Regardless if she likes it or not.
She gave you that.
I'm saying it right now. But how amazing is that? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. How cool is that it's funny. It's funny. I had a conversation with my parents last night that no one. You grew up here, you went to school here, and I was telling them that I don't know anyone that I went to school with that is now a doctor, a lawyer, a judge, a high school principal, and we're at the age now where they should have been.
Nope.
Right?
You see my
cute
one over here, like maybe. Nah,
I know
from Elmira.
Yeah,
I'm saying
from
Elmira.
from my high school, I knew a couple people like that. But
from Elmira,
not a one.
There's a whole generational gap.
Man.
These things are pillars in community. As a pastor, Pastor Jahara is probably the only one that I know. But these are pillars of a community: education, healthcare system, right? Business. None of them are CEOs of big companies. Like, we missed a whole generation, or the ones that did do it left.
Yeah.
And we never seen them. So there's a need for these guys to be that next Tommy Hilfiger, that next Ernie Davis, that next Eileen Collins, right? And these guys can do it. They have the potential to do it. Like, they're smart, intelligent, great personalities, good work ethic. But a lot of, kids that might have been 3-4 years older than these guys had the same thing, and the dots weren't connected.
Yeah.
Right? The dots weren't connected.
So, with your guys' experience with the Light Leadership Academy, what's one of the biggest things that's impacted you and helped you understand the growth of your journey, and it's kind of forcing you to be better?
I think that, I don't know, I definitely was set on one school before I started talking to Larry. I was really set on going to John Jay in New York City. And then he just started asking me questions about what kind of campus life would you like? How many students would you like? What kind of sports at the schools? What would you want to do at a school? And then he would just find schools that match me, and it just kind of helped me become more open-minded to other ideas, because now I'm trying to go to a whole different school than I was before I started
that's pretty
talking
dope.
to Larry.
Yeah, we talked Tuesday, and you're like, I'm almost not thinking of John Jay now anymore, of that school.
It's like you realize what the options are in total, and then weed certain things out, huh?
Exactly.
Wow.
What about you?
I really wasn't gonna go to college, so he kind of just opened it all up for me.
Wow.
That's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah, clap it up for that one.
Yeah.
Clock it.
I've known Larry for a while.
Hold that mic up a little bit.
I've known Larry a while since I was younger, because I'm friends with his daughter. And he's definitely always seen something in me and known that I can go farther than I know that I can go. And he kind of just pushed me and actually believed in myself, and it made me believe in myself that I could go farther.
That's powerful.
That is.
Yeah, that's definitely great. I mean,
you gotta chill. I'm a crier.
Yeah.
Feeling
I think, I think this is really a great thing, Larry. I don't know if the community is giving you the props. Not so much. I know you're gonna say my team, and that's the same thing that we do. But to have an idea and to gather the people to form something that's going to push kids forward, I think that you need to give yourself credit for that too, man. I think we need
flowers.
To give Larry a round of applause for
you
that
need your
too,
flowers.
Clock it. Because just like you said earlier, when you're talking about people in our age and our age demographic being the leaders of society, and we look around our town and there's not many people that are our age specifically that we know that are doing anything to push and mediate change. The simple fact that you're, from your story, from where you were to where you are to where you're pushing kids to go, that comes full circle. And I think that, people want to say, oh, I want to give back to our community. Well, you're not just giving back, but you're building our community brick by brick by giving these kids opportunities. Because just like she said, I wasn't thinking of going to college. I was set on one college. Now you open up a whole realm of opportunities that was already there, but because they didn't have the information and the tools, the Light Leadership Academy is opening up those different things, man. I just have to take my hat off.
I have to specify something related to that too, because I know for a fact that it doesn't just apply to kids and youth in the community, because you helped me personally.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done a lot of things that I'm doing
Yeah.
now because you helped me to get established.
Yeah.
And from there, it was no looking back. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
a grown man. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's where it all started.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where it all started. Yeah.
so I will forever
Oh,
be grateful
man.
and appreciate you.
appreciate
See,
you
you
guys.
you
Yeah.
forget he did so much. He's like, oh, yeah, I did.
That's where it all started.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yep, you're
Appreciate you, brother.
right. Yeah, I appreciate you.
I
guys,
always
man.
say, I always say that adults need villages too, not just the kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And and a lot of times we concentrate so much on the kids. Not saying that, we don't, we're
Yeah.
parents. So the kids look at us like we know everything.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean? But I might know
right.
ABC and he knows DEF and you know G through Z. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So if I can lean on you, you can lean on me, then we create a stronger
right.
parent force, which is able to make a bigger umbrella to help all the children that come under our umbrella.
Yeah, that's
right,
And so
yeah.
that's a big thing too. And I think if we as parents continue to work together and to be teammates, because a lot of times in our demographic it's, oh, I need the credit for this or I need the credit
Yeah,
for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like we're crabs in a bucket instead of just pulling each other up. I think that's really big too, man.
Well, look, I have this motto that I live by, which is, it was a quote, and I can't credit the right person, but it was, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Facts.
And I've made it a point to try to surround myself with people that are better than me at something, right? That might be better with their finances, that might be better fathers, that might be better, they might be more intellectually smarter than me. But by doing that, by default, you become better in all these different things, right? So you guys obviously are better at this multimedia thing, right? Trust me, if you see my videos, I got videos out there. I be making mixes. You'll see.
You put the mixes. You talking about the mixtapes that we used to make in the '80s with the,
That's
when you
about
were
the
recording off
quality of it.
when
Yeah,
you
that's about
recording
the
off the
quality of
radio.
it.
You
Yeah.
gotta pause it real quick so you can't hear him say nothing.
It works if you
Yeah.
work it.
That's what's
That's
up.
good. And that's what, I'll just say, that's what I hope to do with these. That's the goal of meeting on Tuesdays. My wife and I would open up our doors, and sometimes we would, over the years, meet with people individually. And like Sadie said, she's seen it happen where someone would come to the house and we'd help them. But it was kind of like, it'd be great if these people are around each other.
Yeah.
Right? I'm helping them individually. We're helping them individually, but it'd be great to get them around each other in hopes that they could feed off of one another, right? So she's nervous, and he's also nervous, right?
Yeah.
They're all going through the same thing, so.
I think a lot of times kids don't realize that. I think that I know for me, I can speak for me when I was young, playing ball, trying to go to college. My dad had a plan for me, even though I was involved in that plan. I was still nervous, and at points I felt like I was the only one. So when you guys talk to your friends about different things, do you guys kind of bounce off your emotions off each other? Because you guys both kind of had similar stories. Have you guys talked amongst each other about how you guys feel and to try to encourage each other to be better in those different aspects?
I think so. Not even just like in the group with like the other kids, but like even in general when my like friends that aren't in the group like come to me like about questions, even with college, and they like don't know what to do or they're like nervous about doing something because they don't know what's right. I guess it's just like I know how to help them because of the help I'm getting. So it's like help, and now I get to help them.
Spiderweb.
That's
Right.
awesome.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
That's dope. Yeah,
Wow.
that's good.
Before we continue on, how about we say our names again and what school we're going to, starting with you.
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
My name's Katrina Cook, and I go to Thomas Edison.
You go to Edison?
Yeah.
What school are you? Oh, she doesn't know where she's going yet.
She
as
wants
far
to
as,
go
like,
to
college.
LSU.
But you want to go to LSU.
LSU's her
Yeah,
ace
LSU's
bowl.
my dream school.
So what made you target LSU?
So that became my dream school in like 8th grade when I played softball, and I
Wow.
was like dreamed about being on their softball team. But then I got hurt, so I didn't play softball. And then I saw their cheer team, and I'm a cheerleader, and I've always dreamt of cheering there.
Focused.
So, yeah.
So
That's
you're talking about the softball team. That's when they won. So you're talking about 5 years ago, roughly.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were in the college softball championship. I remember. Okay.
So, how about you? Who are you again?
My name is Sadie.
And
What school do you go to?
Sadie, like the singer.
that's
Chicago.
Sade.
That's Sade. Yeah.
Sade. Yeah, I always say Sadie.
You seen
Sadie can sing though.
Sadie.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, sing something then, girl.
Oh, I thought you went like this.
Like the 5 heartbeats. Well, sing something, girl.
Oh, really? That's okay. That's okay.
What school to go to, Sadie?
I go to Elmira High School.
I think that's one of the coolest things. I'm just showing that the coolest things about it is there's homeschool kids in the program. Kids go to Notre Dame, Edison, Elmira High School. It's all kind of a mix, which I think breeds something greater because that's what they're going to experience in college, right? That's what you experience in the workplace, right? All from different areas. So,
So I think that's great. I think you guys, I think you guys are on the path to greatness. So when you're talking to your friends and when you're laying in your bed and you're thinking about your plans and you're dreaming about what you're dreaming, how does it make you feel from when you were younger to when you're now? You just spoke about in 8th grade you wanted to play softball to where now you want to cheer, right? So when you were in 8th grade, you probably wanted to do and be something different than you are now. And, that's the natural progression. And even though you want to go into forensic science, the crazy part is a lot of times after your freshman year, you kind of want to pivot and make different things. So I guess my advice would be I applaud you for having a direction, but really try to keep yourself open because you might want to try a different direction. And that's the key to life is being able to be open to adapt. Yeah. The hardest part is when you're so focused on one thing, you're not able to see the doors opening on the left and to the right of you. So like I said, for me, my advice would be to stay focused, but stay willing to adapt and change and pivot directions because you don't want to stay stuck in something when you can have greater opportunities doing something else, you know what I mean? And I think that's a lot of times the biggest thing is people have a plan, but with that plan comes adaptation because in life, change happens every day. And if you're not on top of the change, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. You know what I mean? So stay on top of the change and stay focused on trying to adapt and learn and be better and be greater and try to be the greatest version of you that you can be.
Yeah, and they're already starting that now by joining the program. That's an example.
Yeah,
that's one example.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Definitely, they're already springboarding toward that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's why I was saying. That's why I began it with. That's great.
The future is exciting. Like knowing that you guys have these resources and the thought process that you have processes, and you're focused on what you actually want to do. Like I wish when I was your age that I was that focused.
Right.
Right.
We got to brag on Curtis a little bit too.
We don't.
He has his daughter is in Harvard right now.
Okay.
She has nothing to do with this though.
Clock it.
Oh, you guys don't have headphones on. You would have heard the madness when I did that. It was going crazy.
But I say that to say to stay encouraged. Because like I said before, us as teammates, as adults trying to push you guys to be better, we all try to draw from each other to create greatness, and we try to push greatness on you guys. So don't think, that sometimes you might think of your parents or older people as being a little on you, a little heavy, and and it's cool, but at the same time, understand that we're just trying to push you to be great, and I don't know, I'm just excited about the progress.
Yeah.
I think the country is in good hands now, because of people like yourself in your group. Because think about all the people we know, and I'm only going to relate it to what we actually know firsthand, that never had any presentation to any information even remotely close.
Right.
So the more we talk, that's what I keep thinking about.
Yeah.
Like, these are only 2 out of many that are going to help shape the future.
Right. And to be honest, that's what motivates me. Like that's more exciting to think about than my own success.
Yeah.
It's to see these guys, to see her in a lab somewhere in New York City working on serial killer DNA samples or whatever, right? Or to see her on, my daughter and I will watch the LSU performances or the college performances, right? For nationals, because my daughter's a cheerleader too. But to
Hold
see,
on, hold
but
on,
to see,
hold on.
but to see Katrina, if we see Katrina on, can you imagine that? That's amazing. But so yeah, that excites me. That's exciting.
I'm just saying, if you run past any DNA and the thing is in its mind, just throw it outside.
I'm gonna edit that out.
Just don't incriminate me.
Timestamp on that. 21:43.
Well, she's your hookup. She's your
Yeah,
hookup.
that's what I
Meet her
said.
in the back alley. Meet her in the back alley.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? If you come across some DNA that can help this leg grow back, make sure you holler at me.
Yeah.
I'll holler at you.
I appreciate it. I
said she
appreciate
Get it for the low.
She got me. You know what I mean? I
For the low.
appreciate it. For the low. I'm broke, so you know what I mean?
Get
You
them,
take,
get
Buy
them some,
one, get one free.
get them some axolotl DNA.
you
I
take
think
food-
they
you take
regrow.
food
They regenerate, right?
that's too funny. But Larry, can you just recap the whole lighthouse, the
light
whole,
leadership.
the light, yeah,
He said lighthouse.
lighthouse,
Same thing. Light Leadership
Light
Academy.
Leadership Academy.
So, look, so the premise of it is like we give a professional quality service for a nonprofit cost, right? So that's really the heart. I spend about 15, 20 hours a week like it's a part-time job on whatever I'm helping with these students, right? So that's the level of service that we want to give to them. There's organizations that I already know in Binghamton, Ithaca, Syracuse, Rochester that do the same thing, but they charge. They charge $300
Wow.
for a session. They charge $150. They charge $500 for a
So that would be a
college
cost going towards a family that might already be struggling.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And we do that level of service for free.
Wow.
Right? So, yeah, Light Leadership Academy is here to build the future leaders through college and career exploration and preparation.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, man. I don't even know what to say.
What-
I'm about to go back in time and take them with me so they can get me set up for college. Then I'll
we
send
can
you
sign
back.
you up, bro. We can sign you up. We can sign you up.
I mean, I want to be a doctor too, but
So, come on.
maybe
Come on.
I will talk to you
Don't.
about a couple things, but I don't know about.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. All right.
I want to go to culinary school.
you already. Never mind.
Yeah, do it.
See, we get to cracking jokes.
And then we can
Yeah.
get y'all enrolled right now. We can get y'all enrolled right. We'll help them with their college applications, right?
There's culinary at BOCES.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not,
Do the adult program.
I think he just wants to eat. He doesn't. You know what I mean? He wants to get in.
you know, I can throw down in the kitchen a little bit, but I always did think about learning new things, and I think that's the biggest takeaway that I've from our conversation today is just not limiting yourself to what you already know.
Yeah.
And that there's always information out there to better yourself, you know, and it's great that you're doing that with kids, but I want people to understand that from what he said earlier, it's not just limited to kids. I think if you're an adult, right?
Is this program limited to? Is it restricted to high school
Yes.
students?
Oh, it's
Yes.
restricted to high school students?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's limited because of the size of the team. Now, if this thing grows somewhere else,
Yeah.
My first priority are these guys. So if
Very time consuming.
Yes.
Too, I gotta imagine.
right, I can't give them a quality service if I'm also have to meet. You know what I'm saying? So the first priority are these guys. Now, if the program continues to grow and more staff comes on and things like that, and people have a knack for adult education or even 7th and 8th graders, there's an opportunity there for mentorship. But I always learn like you focus on one area and give it all you got.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
and these guys are going to get all I got.
That's
So,
beautiful, man.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm sitting here
appreciate
trying-
him for that.
Say that one more
I
time.
appreciate him for that very much.
Aw.
Definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. These guys make it easy. These two make it easy. They're good. They're
Okay,
good
so
ones.
if they make it easy,
Yeah.
what's the opposite of that?
The opposite, I don't see the opposite. So that's what happened. They run the opposite don't show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I will say there is I don't know if you're going to keep this or not, but I would say this, all right? There is sometimes a confrontation that happens because the vision in which I carry for the program could contradict the vision that the family has for their child,
Oh, yeah.
right? So, for example, athletics. My son played sports his whole life. We did the whole AAU circuit, but we began having that conversation in 9th, 10th grade say you need to put equal energy into whatever your career is going to be
Yeah.
as you do basketball. Now that offends many parents,
Yeah.
right? But I'm saying, look, I understand.
And even the child at that point probably will have a hard time,
yes,
you know,
yes.
because it's like, oh, you support me, you love me, but this is what I actually want to do, not knowing that you're looking at the future realistically.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
right.
because let's face it. There's what 400 NBA basketball players in the world.
Right.
So you
Is
know
that
what I mean?
it?
I mean, roughly. I mean, there's
In the
30.
league, yeah,
there's
there's-
30 teams with 12 to 15 players on each team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's 300, almost 400 players. So let's be honest. You know, there's 400 NBA players in the world, and there's 8 billion people in the world. I'm encouraging everybody because I feel like everybody can do what they want to do, but to be realistic,
I had to be realistic with my son. Like, he had a hard time.
the grind is tough to be a professional athlete, and a lot of times that's all they're worried about is the money. All they're looking at is the
And it's
fame.
cool when they're younger too.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
definitely.
mean?
Yeah.
You know, definitely.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what I tell my kids is you have to have a plan B.
Yeah.
You know, I'm big on plan B. All right, you want to be this? Okay, I'm gonna support you.
Yeah.
What are you doing? First of all, what are you doing to support plan A? If you basketball, football, whatever you want to do. What
At least
extra-
get that education because that
Yeah.
as a default plan
That's
B.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. What are you doing for plan A? But just in case plan A doesn't work, how are you going to support yourself? Because you can still try to go to college at any level and still play.
Yeah.
And you can, by playing, you can get a scholarship to provide the money for your
For the
education.
education, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you can play, but you got to have a plan B.
So
Yeah.
what's the age cap on playing ball in college? Because what if I go back to college and I want
You
to play
can
ball?
now. These
can
cats are
now.
old now. These cats are. I think they just signed someone. Someone's in the G League got signed to a college. Like they were already pro and went back.
What?
Yeah, like 28 years old. Yep.
Damn, 28. Shit.
But to your point, Jerem, I always say this: like, you're more likely your child's more likely to be a pharmacist, as hard as that might be,
And there's a lot of
than to
money
be an athlete.
in that too.
Right. Engineering's a hard degree, but they're 100 times more likely to actually do that. Right. So where are we putting our energy? So
How do you get kids to realize that? Like, what is the
just ask. I don't know. Ask them. Ask them. Ask them.
What helped you two to realize what you wanted to do in the future?
I can say mine. My best friend's little siblings, they're
You got to talk into the mic, baby.
my best friend's little siblings. They go to OT, and I love helping them doing what they're doing. So I definitely found joy in it, and I wanted to work with kids. And if I don't do that, and I do dental, I want to do like pediatrics dental.
Nice.
So I just want to work with kids.
That's what's up.
What about you, Sadie?
Well, I didn't know what I wanted to do for a while. I thought I wanted to do something in like the medical field,
Yeah.
like a surgeon or something like that. And then for a while, I thought I wanted to be like a detective or something. But I'm just like, I just don't think I have like the personality traits or like anything to be like a detective or an investigator. So
Don't limit yourself because you can do anything.
yeah,
Well, what if
I
she's
don't
just
know.
being
That's
realistic,
not,
though?
like-
Yeah, no, I understand.
I just feel too.
Because later she
too
might
much.
develop the character traits she needs to be a detective.
Yeah.
But for now,
For now, I'm just gonna stick with because if I wanted to do that with forensic science, I like could
It would.
expand
Yeah.
to be an investigator, take another 2 years. But, anyways, yeah. Then I thought I wanted to be like an investigator, or detective, and then I thought about it for a while, and then I heard about forensic science. I can't even remember really where I heard about it from, but I heard about it, and I don't know. I was really intrigued because I get to do stuff with like the medical field with like blood and stuff, but I'm also working with like detectives and in the law force, so I get to combine them.
I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite shows is NCIS. I think it's just so interesting. I mean, and it's a show, but I mean, when you think about it realistically, when you hear a young person wanting to go into that,
Yeah.
and you watch the show, and you're like, oh, but this
Different,
really,
right?
that really, those things really happen in real life, and you have people that in those major cities and these major crime things that are actually doing that work. It's really, really interesting.
I think that's what you just said is important, and which I hope to try to bring. Like sometimes there's professions out there that you see, but you don't think that's a real thing. Like you said, no, that's a real job.
That's a real job. Like,
you know what I mean? I said it. Me and my wife were meeting with we were talking to someone that's like, have you ever heard of an have any of you guys ever heard of an actuary?
No.
Never heard of an actuary. That's a degree that starts off, your salary is like $100,000 a year.
what is an actuary?
Actuary.
What is
like
it actually?
What is that actually? But this is what I'm saying.
Say it 3 times fast. Actual.
It's actually an actuary.
Oh, he's good.
Oh,
he's
I know
good.
what I'm talking about.
Okay, good. Okay, he did say he was Dr. Dre producer.
But an actuary is like a super accountant. Life insurance and insurance companies use them to help establish their rates, right? So that's a degree field that you might meet a kid that's really good analytically, really good with numbers, and they never would ever think about that, right? So that's our job, is to expose them to the real jobs that are out there.
I've never even heard of that.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, like, how do you, okay, so individuals like yourself, you are the resource to find those types of jobs, but how would the average individual even, drive down that road? Like, if they don't know someone like you, what would you suggest they do?
Well, so it starts with a mentality. So I'll say it this way, right? And I'm sorry, I'm going to hit you with a quote. It starts with a mentality. So my thing is more philosophical. So it's hard to answer your question unless you're this type of person. There's a data out there that shows that the most unhealthy, unwealthy, and unwise people put entertainment over education. And the most healthy, wealthy, and wise always put education over entertainment, right? Right? So when you're approaching this world and you have a choice to be entertained or to be educated, and you always choose entertainment,
that's deep.
I'm never going to be able to help you. But if you're a type of person that seeks to be educated, right? And you'll even pause things that are fun or entertaining to be educated. That's how you bump into the people like me.
That's deep,
right?
And that goes to speak to exactly what you said before. As far as when we were talking about the kids wanting to be a professional athlete, I think a lot of it is
it's entertainment.
Oh, my baby gonna do.
Yes.
My baby been running since he was.
Yep.
But you don't realize, sweetheart, there is 2 million little kids that's running touchdowns every week at a little league all across the country. And what's going to set your kid apart? But what's going to set your kid apart is his work ethic.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And his
discipline,
quest for knowledge.
Yeah.
Because in order to, what they used to tell us, in order to do better, you got to know better.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's what's up, though.
Yeah,
I'm a lot of questions. I just want to stand up and clap.
Yeah, me too, kind of. Because it's like this is powerful. Like I'm thinking about all the kids that I've come across, like having the studio here.
Yeah.
So many lost kids that I've tried to like just speak to about, never on the level that you have conversation with them, but like just trying to deter them from certain things.
Yeah.
And if they would have had a resource like that, it may have helped.
Well, and that's what breaks my heart. I worked in the high school a little while back for a couple of years. Yeah, because you did the same. You were doing the same thing. Yeah. And it does. It breaks my heart looking at Mobile Patrol or whatever, and you start to see them. They're 20, 21 or whatever. So it does break my heart. So that's what really fires us up to like get. You know what I mean? Like that's why I say no to the adult. No, I'm putting all my energy here because the potential was there for all of them.
Yeah.
No one, and it may not even be their fault. No, maybe no one told them, no one spoke life into them, like you were just speaking, right? So that's what we hope to do: shed light, shine light,
And come to the City of Light on Sundays.
Come to City of Light on Sundays
at 10:30.
10:30.
10:30
live.
You can watch us on Facebook. Jair stop calling me out when I look at my phone. I don't appreciate that.
You look at your phone in church?
Sometimes when the game is on, I might look real quick. And every time I look, Jair be like, yes, Jair. I'm like, dang, I'm paying attention.
Wow.
He'll get me every time.
You too much, man.
That fantasy football, I can't help it. I be betting.
You got to make sure your lineup's in.
I be working on it. I'm there.
I don't have anything else to say about that, bro.
The presence of the Lord.
Hey, you know, God is working on me, man.
Yeah.
It's just it's a process, man. Progress is a process.
That's right.
For everything,
That's right.
you know. And I think that I could say that I'm proud of you, young ladies, for recognizing in your process and progressing in it, you know. And I wish you guys nothing but luck and prosperity.
I'm excited to hear about your futures in 5 years. You know?
Yeah.
Larry, what's going on with those young ladies and whatever you report? That's exciting. You know, we need our future to be like managed by some strong minds. I mean, the direction we're going in now.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen if
Yep.
a lot of kids don't
Oh,
snap
I
up?
do have a question for you guys before though.
Is it related to food?
Nah.
Now you got to think. Now
I
you
do.
gotta- now
I
it's
could
on-
have a question with that. No, but so I know that when we were growing up, like we talked about earlier, technology was limited. So I always like to ask young people, how do you feel, or what are your thoughts on AI in the direction that it's going, and do you use it? And if so, how do you utilize it to make your life and what you want to do better?
I have mixed feelings about it. Sometimes it can help, and sometimes it can impact you negatively. Like, a lot of people use it bad and in bad ways and not smart ways. But me personally, I don't like it. I don't use it.
Yeah, me neither. I don't really use like Chat GPT or anything. I don't even have it downloaded on my phone. I don't know. I just try not to use it.
Don't say that to Curtis.
Good for you.
I'm Mr. AI. Since AI was popular.
I don't know. I guess I feel like even like my like future career could be taken over by AI.
Yeah.
Like all the tests that I run right now could definitely be ran by an AI
Yeah.
machine.
I've seen AI creep in like the music industry pretty.
Oh,
I've been taking
yeah.
advantage of the things that AI does though because I have to. If I don't learn how to use it, I get left in the dust. You know.
Right.
No, just like I said, I only asked that question just because we talk about it all the time, and you know,
AI and aliens.
yeah, aliens and food, but you know, that's the way of the world now. You know, and we have to either, like we talked about before. I said, you know, you have to change with the times or get left behind, and I definitely understand how you feel. You know, but with any system, there's going to be abuse, and that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what system that you can bring up, any system in the world, and somebody's abusing that system in some sort of way. But yeah, I always like to ask that because my daughter, she's 14, and we talk about AI, and she's not the biggest fan of ChatGPT, but there's things that she does use it for that helps her,
Right.
not so much for work and for her schoolwork, but just personally to try to help her do different things. So I always like to ask kids that to see what they feel like.
Right.
I just think that a lot of people at our school, especially because we're getting older, utilize it to get through school. But a lot of the classes that we're taking now in our senior and junior year is what's going to help us in our future careers. And if I'm doing that for the rest of my life, I don't want to depend on some AI to give me an answer or help me with it. I kind of want to.
Great insight.
I
That's
agree.
good.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's. I
Yeah,
mean,
because it can be a crutch.
Absolutely. But Cap made me a little. You remember? You made me a. We got.
It
We
was
got to
like a-
play
like
that.
a
We used to have
jingle.
it. Yeah, it was like a rap song.
Let me see if I got it.
Yeah,
it
you
might
gotta-
be in the text.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, you gotta play it as like a part of this package when you bundle it up.
man,
When you
don't let.
bundle this
Listen, listen. He got. Listen, I'm about to tell you
He
something
made me a
about.
little rap song with AI. He just typed a couple prompts, and it sounded like a real rap song.
That's
from
what he.
some guy.
That's what he
there's
does. He when he wants to mess with us, he'll come on our show, and you know, my nephew Chris, he's a
Watch how you say it.
political activist in his head,
Okay.
right? So he made up a
I don't think
a sketchy political song.
Okay.
He has different political views.
Okay.
Which we don't. I don't want to say we don't care. I think the best part about meeting of the minds is understanding that people have difference of opinions.
Yeah.
And in the world today, accepting people for their difference of opinions is a real big thing for me. Just because I don't agree with something that you agree with doesn't make you a bad person. I just don't agree with you in that certain thing.
Right.
So in the context of our conversation, he made a song about him, and it's funny. So you gotta watch out for this guy, because you'll come in and he'll be like, "Oh, Fat Germ makes music now," and he have a whole song about me eating cheeseburgers and.
Okay, so you gotta watch yourself.
Well, I'm not gonna sit here and dive in on all the things they say about me.
Right. It's not about.
No.
I don't say anything about
But AI
you,
is great if you utilize it right.
Yeah.
I know before my daughter went to school, I was telling her about ChatGPT. She's like, I can't use it. I'm not going to use that. That's cheating. After she came home for her first break, all of her professors were trying to tell her and all of her classmates how to utilize it.
Yeah.
So it's like a calculator. It's a tool. You know what I mean? So now they all use it. Not to cheat, though. Like you mentioned, you can't use it as a crutch, especially in the educational system.
Right.
But
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, I think Katrina's right. Like, it depends on your level of development. Like right now, she needs to learn to get the information.
Yeah.
The AI development will come through her college experience of how to use it as a tool. But we can't bypass a certain part of development, right?
Yeah.
So there's a certain part of development right now. It's to learn grind, discipline, right? So you're learning that. She'll get that. They'll get those opportunities to see how it works.
You got a song for us?
I can't find it.
We'll find it.
Was it in the email or was it in
I
the
don't
text?
know. It might have been. I don't know. But it was pretty. Like it was like in 2 seconds.
Literally.
It's like yeah.
Go ahead and spit that verse, then, Larry. Dr. Larry.
I gotta hold the mic like that's how you hold up.
Yeah, Dr. Larry. I always wanted to be a doctor just because I wanted somebody to say, "Is there a doctor in the house?" And I could be like, "Yeah." I can't help you though, you know what I mean? But I'm a doctor.
I almost did it last night. My father was in the hospital, and I said, "Well, all right, I'm a doctor, so I can. Let me see his. Can I see his chart? Let me see his chart. Let's talk." I'm a doctor.
What was in the chart?
What was in the chart?
Can I see this chart? I want to make some notations and let's get him out of here.
What was that movie? What was that movie back in the day with the plant?
Seymour?
What's
Rocky
it?
Horror?
What?
Isn't that Rocky with
The big plant that
the
was eating
Atom?
everybody.
Yeah, the Atom. Wasn't that the Rocky Horror?
No,
or not Rocky Horror. Because it's a play. It's a play.
Yeah, it is.
It's a musical.
Remember the lady? She's like, "Doctor." when Steve Martin was the dentist.
Oh yeah. He had black hair. Yes.
Doctor. Yeah,
Freak show.
What was it
What
called?
is it? You know it? Oh, all right. You guys don't know it? You guys watch musicals?
A little bit, but
A little
not
bit?
that one.
Like Disney.
It's like a classic one. Though.
It's not Disney.
I can't remember.
I just bought my tickets to go see Wicked this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow.
You're going tomorrow?
We're going on Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow night late, so it's not packed.
Yeah, my daughter.
Have y'all seen Hamilton though? That's the question.
Yes.
Yes.
I love some Hamilton.
I've seen Hamilton 125 times. My daughter can
Yeah.
My daughter
that's where
can
it's at.
spit
That's where it's
Hamilton
at.
like we could spit juice.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
You know what I mean? She's so we've been to Dreamgirls. We're going to Hamilton in February. Actually, I think in New York City.
Okay.
That's what my daughter likes to do. My daughter's a dancer. She likes plays. She models, so she's kind of into that type of thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know, different things like that is great too. But I try to push her education too. So she's a National Junior Honor Society member.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So
good.
she's doing her thing.
Sign her up for the. You got to sign her up for the program.
Yo, definitely.
She's in 9th grade.
Yeah, she's in 9th grade, so next year. But yeah, she wants to go to Juilliard, so she's trying to work on her dissertation for
There you
that.
go.
That's her. Those are her plans as far as right now. And you know, all the questions that I ask these young ladies is the same thing that I try to ask my daughter is like, what do you want to do? What this is your plan A? Well, what's your plan B? Or what's this? So I definitely going to push my daughter your way to try to get her a little bit extra experiences to try to widen her her horizons.
Yeah.
Just to, so she can realize the options You know, like I said earlier, I think it's great because a lot of times kids think that they're the only one and they're the only person that has those feelings of nervousness, of, you know, oh, can I do this? Or, you know, self-doubt and all that different things. And they don't really realize that, you know, every person their age pretty much has those feelings just because on the outside they can keep it in. You know what I mean? Like, I host shows, so my daughter always is like, "Oh, you're never nervous, Dad." I'm nervous every single time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but just because
You know what I told a kid 2 weeks ago, because this guy was kind of making fun of him when he was trying to record. I was like, yeah, he's sitting here talking to you like you suck, right?
Yeah.
I said, but I bet you that same guy is scared to death and stand in front of a crowd and give a speech.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if he has the whatever to pick on you while you're trying to do something you love to do, it tells you a lot about him.
Yeah.
Everybody has those nerves and those hurdles we have to get over.
Yeah, yep. And that's really good for these guys to hear, because as they go into college, it's going to feel like that. My wife and I had this conversation about imposter syndrome and how if you're going to be successful, you should continuously feel imposter syndrome. That means you're going after dreams that are bigger than you.
Expound on that just a little deeper.
So imposter syndrome is this feeling of I don't belong here, this feeling that I don't belong here. So if you go through life without ever feeling imposter, like you're an imposter, it means you're doing everything, you're only doing things within your control.
Comfort zones.
Comfort zone. So you should periodically throughout your life have these moments of imposter syndrome. That means you're in spaces that are bigger than you've ever been. Wow. When these guys go to campus for the first time, that's their first time ever experiencing it. And some will sit there and say, this doesn't feel right, I'm going to go back home.
Yeah.
But no one feels right, right? You stay with it, and then when they do their first internship, they're going to feel that way. When they graduate and move on to the next level, you're going to feel that way. Every level that you move up, you're going to have that feeling at the beginning. So if you try to live through life bypassing this imposter syndrome, that means you're staying comfortable.
Wow.
Yeah.
You dropping some gems, man.
Word up. I mean, you know,
We're going to have to get him back on our pod like Sunday for
Sunday.
a couple hours. We're going to have to steal him for 2-3 hours.
Sunday's grown-up hour, though, sir.
Sunday's grown up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see how he... I heard a no. His face said no. She said no. In sync.
So
It's probably the way you said it too, bro.
I don't mean
he knows.
I don't mean it like that. I think, you know, the hard part is, you know, people look and people think about people of God and people of like you don't have fun. Like we have fun just because a lot of times you don't have to do certain things. That's my point.
Yeah.
You know, but adult conversation is a little bit different than you know. I'm not saying that you guys aren't adults. You're young adults. I appreciate that. You know, but I think having you come on and we be able to talk real grown up talk, especially to let people dive into understanding. You know, you touched on it a little bit about your story and how, you know, the rags to riches. And I think a lot of times, you know, everybody has some sort of rags to riches, but where you came from to where you are, you know, is definitely a gigantic thing, not just for you, but the story of it.
It's that heavy.
Yeah, the story of it is really real. Like, you know, when people can say, hey, you know, you just said I dropped out in 10th grade. How many people we know that's dropped out in 10th grade and they still at if Ramsey's was open, they still be at Ramsey's right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I understand that, you know, but you know, to go
like you ever see any of your old peoples just like in Elmira randomly and
yeah.
And it's funny because they look at you like you different, but you the same Larry. You just have different goals and different aspirations, and you're not going to be stuck doing the same things over and over again. You know,
it's like a reminder of what you did right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say I am different. That is a difference. So if you say, and this is what I challenge everybody, right? I challenge everybody with this. if you haven't seen me since I was 16 and
You
see
don't
me,
know
you
me,
don't
bro.
know. You should not know
You
me.
don't know me.
You should not know me. Now, there are friends I'm still connected with, right? But there are people that I bump into that used to be associates, I guess. You're right. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean, you know, like I said,
beautiful.
you know, the hard part is not the hard part, but the great part for me is throughout this whole conversation, I'm just sitting here listening, and I'm like, man, you know, where you came from to where you are, your journey, and then now you're affecting the kids from where your standpoint was, where you started to go downhill. Now you're affecting these kids at that standpoint and taking your knowledge now and giving it to them then.
Yeah.
You know, because if we had those different keys and those different, as Jared would say, nuggets of knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that moment in time, when we needed that nugget, look how far we could have. You could have been a doctor 20 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
not saying that your life will be different. I'm just saying that, you know, look at the progress that you've made.
You're like you're like a professional outside of education as well.
Yeah,
A life
yeah.
professional prior
Yeah.
to the
Yep.
education. That's serious, man.
No, you're right. Yeah.
You know, and that's just as much, you know, that life lessons, those life lessons that you learn are just as important as those school lessons,
Yeah,
and that school
absolutely.
knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, because when you build your strong foundation, you know, you can go in any direction. And that's what I was telling you young ladies is, you know, take these nuggets of knowledge that Larry and the team are giving you and build your foundation, because once your foundation is solid, man, there's no stopping you from doing whatever you want to do. A lot of times people go downhill because they don't know how to get out of their own way. They don't know how to understand that just because you get nervous with something, you're supposed to be nervous. That doesn't mean that you can't do it. That means that you're stepping outside of yourself and doing something that you haven't done before.
Yeah.
But you can accomplish that. You should be nervous trying things new. You know what I mean? But continue to build on your foundation and continue to strive for greatness. You know, if nobody else told you this week, I can say I'm
did,
definitely
man.
proud of you guys for building on something. I'm proud of you for taking the steps to say, you know what, I wasn't going to college, but now look at what I'm doing. I'm proud of you for saying, hey, this is what I want to do, but I didn't realize there was more options. You know what I mean? And continue to strive for that knowledge and understanding that the only limit you have is the limits that you put on yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When we get off
You
camera,
guys,
I'm
you
gonna
guys
be
want to
ratchet.
shout anybody out on the camera before we leave? Maybe your future self?
Shout out future self.
All right.
Shout out to my future self.
Clock it.
Clock it.
Clock it.
So where does this derive from? Before I throw anything up, I want to know about it.
It's not a gang symbol.
This?
What's going on?
It's not no
Yeah.
Bloods and Crips. We not, you know.
What's going on with this? Somebody give me the breakdown, please.
It's just like, do you know like the term like period? Do you know that term, Randall? No.
Point like
Hold on, we're-
the long version is the Latin version is point blank. The King
Oh,
James
yeah.
version.
Okay.
The King James version is
Listen.
point blank period.
Okay, I dig.
Now they've got rid of the point blank, and now they just say period.
Oh, okay.
So now they're taking away period, and it's
It's kind of like a
okay.
good job. Like
Okay.
you're doing good.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
There's a
And I thought the rappers were like blowing my
Yeah.
mind with all the stuff they say. Like, this is
Yeah, the no cap. I hate that.
wow.
No cap.
Yeah, I've been capped forever. So I remember the first time the kid Spencer from Amara College.
I
I was recording him and he said that, and I was like, what? Because they've always called me Cap since the birth, right?
Yeah.
And he said no cap. I was like, what you mean no cap?
Yeah, what you trying to say?
What you trying to say? Like,
Yeah, what you trying to say?
Yeah, because I was just about to say
This
that.
track.
Because I was in the studio one time with him, and he said, and Kurt, he had went to the bathroom or something. He was like, "Yeah, no cap," and I said, "Nah, cap is upstairs. My name is Germ." He's like, "Yeah, no cap," and I'm like, "Bro, my name is Germ. Cap is upstairs." He was like, "Yeah, that's what you said, no cap,"
Yeah.
and I was so confused because.
it's like whatever. Just,
Whatever, but you know, like I said, my middle school students, they teach me all the lingo, and
Yeah.
I'm learning. Like, it's weird. And
Yeah.
I just like, yeah, okay.
Well,
Clock it.
and it changes. It just happened. Was it with Katrina? I said, so they came to the house. We were working on the fast food. I said, all right, let's get cracking.
Oh.
And they were like, no, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Why?
Because I guess let's get cracking means let's get, for the King James Version, let's get intimate.
Oh, what?
That's what the
Yeah.
kids, that's what let's get cracking means to the kids.
Guess we just got to
I
shut
said,
up.
all right. I won't say that again.
Dang, so that's why they be
that
looking
true?
at me.
So and so.
Oh, you.
Okay. See?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Oh man.
Can I shout out? We doing shout outs. Can I shout out
You
information?
can shout out whoever you want to.
Anything,
sir.
anyone you'd like to.
So it's a little exercise that we do when anyone new comes to Light Leadership Academy. So I need everybody to do this little exercise. What you do is you go to Instagram.
Oh my goodness.
Go to Instagram. Everybody go to Instagram. And then Instagram's got this cool feature that like it's mind blowing. It has a little.
Do it
it's
right
like-
now?
Yeah, do it. It looks like a magnifying glass.
The search bar.
Click that magnifying glass.
The surf.
Click that
bar, like-
magnifying glass.
All right, hold on. So go to Instagram.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Everybody watching
my mom was
around the
texting.
world, go to Instagram, click the magnifying glass, and then up at the top, it should bring up a search bar. At the top, type in the word, all one word, Light Leadership Academy 607. Light, LIGHT.
No
No space.
spaces?
Light Leadership Academy 607. Let me know when you got it.
Leadership.
Academy.
We gotta
607.
when we do our we don't do spelling when we do our trivia on
Oh
Sunday.
yeah, we should bring you on for trivia on the pod because
Okay.
Light
know a lot.
Leadership Academy 607. All right, I got it right
All
here.
right, so click it.
And then click follow. Yeah, that's
wait.
nice.
Everybody at the same time, smash that follow button.
That's
that
nice.
follow
That's gangster. I'm about to
Right, smash
Hey,
that
so
follow button.
hey, so make sure y'all go to Magical Moments Photo Booth 607.
While we're at it,
While we're at
we're
it, click that
sponsored
follow
here.
button.
Sponsor.
Smash it.
Smash that follow button.
yo, and thank everybody for coming. And
Can I say
Of course you
how to
can.
get a hold of? So if you're interested in the program, the best way, if you look to support this program, I'll say I've had a lot of people ask to volunteer, which is amazing. But we just need, the best way you can support this is talking to your kids, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, and getting them to the program or take advantage of programs like this. So my email is Dr. all spelled out, not DR. It's spelled out, Dr. Parker 607 at gmail.com. So if anyone's interested or want any information, they could just send me an email and then I can get it to them.
Yeah, make sure you have all that information, right, Kurt?
Yeah, it's on the flyer.
Yeah, we could put all that information in.
Oh, so I didn't need to say it.
Nah, you can say it.
I'm
That's
glad
fine.
you said it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said it.
I mean, I actually got the flyer right here too, so I was gonna
Okay, there we go.
put it on the beginning,
there we go.
middle, and the end of the video.
Yeah, because then I'll take some of that and I'll make that the thumbnail for
Oh yeah,
this
nice.
too. So
Nice.
we can
There
do
we go.
that too.
Yeah, we
Yeah, that
appreciate
works.
what you do in the community,
Yeah, thanks for having us.
and I'm excited to see what
Yeah.
you young ladies do with your futures.
Thank you.
I'm excited too. Thank you.
You're welcome. You know,
We are the world.
we just gotta get Larry and his family to come to the good green side. You know what I'm saying?
We're Packers fans.
Fly Eagles fly. Sorry.
So who's your guys' team?
Packer. Oh, these guys. Go
I
ahead.
don't watch football actually. Yeah, my family doesn't even really. I mean, like my mom doesn't watch football. I don't really have a team.
I don't watch football, but my whole family's a Bills fan. Die hard.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. You know.
We're Packers fans. Through and
Everybody can. Larry, you're a great guy, but we are. You know, everybody can't make
through.
great
But
decisions.
when they say you're a great guy, but
but everybody doesn't make good decisions. I think it's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just have to say. But I definitely appreciate you guys coming by, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think what you're doing for the community is a great thing, and I think it takes a village, and I really believe that, and the village that you guys are building to create an environment conducive to learning and higher education is a great thing, man. Keep doing that hard work, and if you need any help from us or anything, man, just please reach out and feel free, and whatever we can do, I know that we'll be more than willing to help with anything that you need help with. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
hey,
On
like,
that
follow,
note,
and share Mindful Exchange
We gone.
on everything.
Podcast connect, intellect, intersect. Brothers on the rise, no lies, just respect. Health, wealth, religion, truth, gotta inspect. Mindful exchange on deck, we perfect.